it's Mrs. P. I am here to do my weekly budget for the third week of March. I don't know why I hesitated. As soon as I hit record, it's like my brain says, uh-oh, I don't know what to do. I just opened the blinds and now I've got a shadow, so I'm regretting that. I wanted to let some natural light in. I am filming this video on a Monday morning, which is unusual for me because, you know, I'm a full-time teacher and usually I'm at work right now, but today is a teacher work day. It was optional and I have so much comp time that if I don't use it, I will lose it. So I decided to stay home. I will go into work because, you know, there are things that I need to do, but that I'll go in later. So I'm enjoying my cup of coffee and thought, you know what, I'll do a video. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, this is going to be our budget for the third week of March. Did I say February earlier? I probably did. Something is really funny about when you record. I've noticed that when I go back and watch some of my videos, the things that I say are not what I thought I said. It is the weirdest thing. Like, I can truly think I say something, and when I watch the video, I completely say something different. It's so weird. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Is that too much? I hope not. When I zoom in too much, then the focus, you know, kind of like focuses on my hand, then goes back and forth. I hate when it does that, but I want you to be able to see what I'm writing. So I feel like this is too close. Let me go out just a tad more. Let's try that. All right, so we've got March, and it's going to be from the 14th through the 20th. All right, so we're going to start with our rollover. And when I did my last budget, I predicted we would have around $1,400 rollover. Mr. P, I'm going to stick with the $1,000. It goes up and down, but it's usually right at or just over or under that. And then other, we're expecting $155. All right, so if you add the section, it's $2,555. All right, so now for our bills and expenses, we've got Geico. That's $27. Apple Music, which will be $12. And I always like round up to the nearest dollar because I don't like to deal with cents and stuff until I do the actual check closeout, budget closeout. Netflix is $17. All right, so that's all for our bills and expenses this week. So this total is only $56, leaving us $2,499. All right, so now I'm going to move down to our savings and sinking funds. So we have $2,499 left, and we start with our month ahead, which will be $150. Sinking funds, $235 this week, and savings challenges, which is $50. And the savings challenges is just something fun I've been doing. I just take what I would have put towards sinking funds and take it out separate, and then I just play the games to make, you know, saving a little bit more fun. And then savings, right now we have stopped putting anything towards savings because not that we're fully funded in our emergency fund, but we have a good cushion of an emergency in the case that we have some kind of emergency come out, like health emergency, car emergency, that sort of thing. But I know that with being in debt, you're not supposed to fully fund your emergency fund until you're finished with your debt. All right, so this section is $435, leaving us with $2,064. All right, so then I'm going to go over to my cash envelopes. This is all the cash we pull out. I keep it in my wallet. I used to not pull out gas, like cash for gas, but I've been doing that so that I could kind of build up the gas. We are in soccer season, and we will be traveling, you know, a couple hours, you know, once or twice a week to go to games, because in our small community, we have an all-girls soccer team, and there's not anybody we can play within, you know, a decent amount of, you know, distance from us, so we have to travel. All right, 2064 I'm bringing up here. And so for our cash envelopes, we've got groceries, and I always get $150. Pet supplies, we get $20. Household, $20. Mr. P, he's gonna get $15 this week. Mrs. P gets $40, and I only get more than he does because he has subscriptions and extra things that he does for his hobbies. Miss P, it's our daughter, she gets $15. Sporting events, and this is to get us into the ball game. We will, let's see here, that's $20. Eating out, I'm going to put $20, and that is basically just some spending money so I can give my daughter money when she wants to ride the bus back from a soccer game and they stop and eat. Gas, I'm going to get $60. And then I always leave unbudgeted just in case something comes up that we are not anticipating, and so we have a line to put it on. All right, so this section is $360, leaving us with $1,704. All right, so then we go to our debt section. I'm going to be so happy when this section goes away. All right, credit union. This is our card that we're currently working on. I would consider our snowball card. 70 is what it's the regular payment is due this week. And then snowball, which I've said before, but I don't put anything toward the snowball until the end of the month unless some, you know, substantial amount of money comes in. So this section is going to be 70, and that leaves us with $1,634 to roll over to the next week. And the next week is going to be our bill heavy week, which is why we roll money over, because if we didn't do that, if we, you know, put all of that $1,600 toward the snowball, which would be really nice, then we wouldn't have enough money with just my husband's check to pay our bills for next week. I get paid once a month, and that money is pretty much gone because a lot of our like house payment and stuff like that comes out in the beginning of the month. So that's why we don't, you know, put money to the snowball until the very end of the month. All right, so this is the part that I always forget, but I made sure to pull it out. And this is our the cash planning for what we're going to get out in cash for my wallet and for our sinking funds and savings challenges. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to that section in our binder, and it was suggested that I go ahead and just pull these pages out, which is really helps to where I can zoom in and let you guys see what I'm doing. I did tweak the numbers a little bit, and you'll see where I widened it out. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Let me show you. So I had been pulling out $40 for vacation and $40 for Christmas, but I decided to put $50. The reason I went ahead and changed Christmas to $50 because I made placeholders so that every time I get $100 in the Christmas envelope, I'll put that into my Ally account so it can earn interest, and then I'll put a $100 placeholder. And when I was pulling out 40, the math didn't work out, so I thought, you know what, I'll do 50s. And then I decided, since I'm changing that, I'm going to change the vacation to $50 a week instead of 40. I'm not putting this in my Ally account because we will be going on vacation, gosh, I think in like 27 days. And so, but I thought, you know, I need to go ahead and beef that up to make sure we have enough money for vacation. All right, so with that said, I've already pre-filled out this with the categories, but not the numbers and the denominations. So, groceries. I'm going to start there. Oh, got to zoom in. All right, so we start with groceries, and I'm going to get $150, and I'm going to do that in 2 50s, 2 20s, and a 10. All right, then there's pet supplies. That's going to be a 20. Household, a 20. Mr. P gets 15. That's going to be a 10 and a 5. Mrs. P is going to get 40. I am going to put $10 toward the savings challenges out of my money because I like to put 60 instead of 50 to the mini Mondays. So I'm going to get 120, 110, and 2 5s so that I can use the 5s for the Monday minis. All right, Mrs. P gets 15, which is going to be a 10 and a 5. Sporting events is a 20. I'm going to get 2 10s this time. Eating out is 20. I'm going to get 110 and 2 5s. And gas is 60. I'm going to get 2 20s and 2 10s. Okay, so then I go to the beauty section. This is for like hair and makeup, things like that. I'm going to get 20, which is going to be a 20. Medical is 25. I'm going to get a 20 and a 5. School supplies is 5. That'll be a 5. Vet, 5. And pool supplies, 5. All right. Next is going to be savings challenges, which is going to be 50. And I'm going to get 10 5s out. Month ahead is 150. I'm going to get a 100 and a 50. All right, next page. Whoop. Okay, we've got biggest loser, which is 5, and I'll get a 5. Subscriptions is 45. I'm going to get 2 20s and a 5. Sports is 10. Get a 10. Car tags, car maintenance, and home maintenance. I'll get a 5. So that's 5, 5, and 5. All right, and then vacation's going to get a 50, so I'll get a 50. And Christmas also gets a 50. Okay, that is all. Okay, now, this is the hard part. Oh, I am so sorry. My dog just got spooked, and then she spooked me. Oh my goodness. My heart. Oh, okay. I don't know why I just zoomed that out. Well, I zoomed it out so I could add this up. Okay, so this should add up to be $7.95 if we did everything correctly. All right, so let's see here. 150, 20, 20, 15, 40, 15, 20, 40. That's 100. 20, 25, 15, 200, that's 50, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 100. $7.95. Okay, I got it. All right, so now we've got to do the denominations and make sure those are right. All right, so let me zoom in a little. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to make y'all dizzy. All right, so I've got 100, 2, 3, 4, 5 50s. That is, why can't I add that? 250. Okay, 20s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 20s. I need a calculator for that. 220. And 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 10s is 100. I got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 5s. No, I don't know what that is. 25 times. I do know what that is. That's 125. Okay, 125. All right, so let's hope that adds up to be 100, 250, 220, 100, and 125 is $7.95. We did it first try, so we are good. So now I can make my little teller slip. All right, 100, 5 50s, 11 20s, 10 10s, and 25 5s. It's 125. Okay, and that's $7.95. And that is all. So we finished. No mistakes. Didn't have to use my whiteout today. The sun is shining. My coffee is cold, but we got it. We got her done. Okay. All right. So that is it. This is going to get us ready for the 3rd week of March. I just can't believe how fast time is flying. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a peek at Nick. Nick is in there. My candle is not burning so hot. Let me tell you what I did. Okay, so it's been raining for, it feels like, you know, the Forrest Gump line where it says it rained, came in from sideways and up from the ground, whatever. Okay, so it just kept raining, kept raining, kept raining. I have a leak somewhere in my car. I think it's in the moonroof, sunroof, whatever that thing's called. And I had like a puddle. It's leaking down and going into the floorboard of the passenger side of my car. So yesterday we had to vacuum it out with the wet dry vac, whatever. I don't know. Hopefully my husband can get that fixed. With all that said, it finally stopped raining, but then it got cold. Well, I get so hot, especially at night. So last night I was kind of flashing, and so I turned the air on because, I don't know, it was like 70 in the house, and I know that is not hot by any means, but it felt hot to me. So I turned the air on. This morning when we woke up, my husband said it was 60 degrees in the house, and like the floors were even cold, like it was cold. And it's taken a while for it to warm back up. But anyway, my candle is taking a while to like melt down because it's so cold in this house. All right, so anyway, we're going to say goodbye. I've taken up way too much of your time. If you haven't already watched my Monday Mini, I did open an Etsy shop. I am not trying to pressure you into purchasing anything, but if you want to take a peek, I have linked my Etsy shop, like little clicker, like, I don't know, the website, the link in my description box. It's also on my like channel. Anyway, take a peek. If you like what you see, then, you know, give it a thumbs up. Anyway, I will say goodbye, and I will blow the candle out, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.